rolling.
Babcock brothers, Andrew, Jacob, aloha, and thank you guys for reaching out. And Andrew, happy birthday, man. 31st birthday. Congratulations. And you make sure, please, that you thank your mom, because you know it was probably a lot more difficult for your mom than for you. But I'm happy you were here, and happy birthday. I know that this is for both of you, so I really appreciate you guys including me in on this. I don't know if Jacob has been telling you, Andrew, but we've been texting back and forth, so it's kind of really cool because I've got a buddy that I've never met, and I've got his brother that I've never met, but I'm talking to right now. So, hello guys, and thank you for watching some of my work. I know that you want to hear something about Only the Strong Drive, Crying Freeman, and then Jacob just asked me about working with Charlie Sheen. So maybe I'll go backwards. I will work with Charlie Sheen. No, maybe I'll go forward first. My wife is filming, and just so you know a little tidbit, she's behind the camera doing these funny sign language
I'm
things.
saying don't rant so long because you're already a minute and 35 seconds into the video, and I don't know how long you can make it before it will cut you off. So get on with it.
Okay, guys, you see what I have to deal with. Thank you, Julie.
You're welcome.
Sorry, guys. Anyway, Julie Dacascos, she was an actress, is an actress, and just so you know, it relates to Crying Freeman because she is the lead girl in Crying Freeman. She plays Imu Ohara, who I was sent to go kill and ended up falling in love with. So, you know, that's Crying Freeman. Maybe I'll stay on Crying Freeman. Yeah, so I did Crying Freeman right after I did Kickboxer 5, The Redemption in Africa. My agents called me in Africa and told me that Christophe Gans wanted me for the role, so of course I was ecstatic. I flew back home to LA, prepped up, and then went to Canada. And before we actually started filming, Christophe Gans showed me videotape of the girl that he had auditioned that he absolutely wanted to have as Imu Ohara, and it happened to be my wife, who was yelling at me and just now scolded me a moment ago. Anyway, she did this great audition, and Christophe had his cameraman pan in on her face and then her eyes, and she was excellent. She did the dialogue, and you could see the emotion coming up into her eyes and everything. And then when Christophe called for cut, she just relaxed and was back to Julie. So anyway, she got the role, and that's how we met, and that's how she is now holding the camera for you guys. Julie, would you please say hello to Andrew and Jacob and wish Andrew a happy birthday?
Hi, fellas. Happy birthday, Andrew.
She's camera shy, I guess. Anyway, she's there. Okay, so that was a little bit about Crying Freeman. Only the Strong, I heard about capoeira for many years. And then finally, when I was 27, I felt like in my life I needed something different and new. And my friend had told me about Mestre Amen Santo, capoeira mestre here in Los Angeles. I drove down to his school, which was an airplane hangar in the parking lot of Santa Monica Airport. I'm walking up, I'm hearing the music, you know, the berimbau. I walk in, and all I see is a flash of white uniforms and these feet flying, and then the hands flying, and then jump kicks and all these things. The energy in the room was amazing, and I'd never seen a martial art that was so dynamic. Yes, of course, there's drunken master, there's drunken kung fu and wushu and different styles, but the thing that makes capoeira so amazing to me and so different is because it includes singing and dancing and the musical instruments. And then not only do you have jump kicks and kicks and punches thrown from standing on the ground, but you're also doing movements on the ground, shooting up. So I am very sure that I signed up that day, ended up taking 3 months of capoeira lessons before I even heard about the Only the Strong audition. So it was one of those things where you put energy out and then some good things come back. Drive with Kadeem Hardison and Brittany Murphy, the late Brittany Murphy. She was lovely. Directed by the awesome Steve Wang. I had a blast. That was probably the most physical and painful movie I've ever done, because I think, Jacob, if you heard the Scott Adkins interview, you know, Steve did warn us that he wanted to make contact. So every day, my arms, bruise, everything. In one of the scenes even, we got hit a lot because he wanted to pay homage to the Chinese and Hong Kong films. So we made contact and it hurt, but it was still really fun. And in one of the scenes, we couldn't afford stunt clubs. So we had these clubs with these spikes, and it was hard wood. And in one of the scenes, we were doing a take and the club goes flying out inadvertently from the stuntman's hand, and it whacked me in the head. And then big cut, blood. I went to the hospital. I got sewn up. The next day, Kadeem and I are doing one of the scenes, I think, regarding his wife and something like that. One of the scenes. And because I had stitches and a Band-Aid on my face, I couldn't go straight on or from here. So the whole scene was like this, and I'm talking like that because over here I have stitches and, you know, an injury. Interesting, hopefully for you. Working with Charlie Sheen. Okay. With Charlie, I know he's got a lot of stories going around, but Charlie Sheen with me, he was a complete professional and gentleman. He was so kind and humble and collaborative and funny. He'd show up on set in his pajamas, and we'd be getting ready for a scene in the car. And so what he would do is he would just go somewhere, take off his pajama top, put on his shirt and jacket, but keep the pajama bottoms and his little fluffy house slippers on. And so we'd go and do that scene in between takes. This is how confident and secure he was. And he was excellent. He knew all of his dialogue. He was nailing every scene. He would sleep in between takes and say, "Hey, Mark, just wake me up 30 seconds or a minute right before we roll cameras." And I said, "Okay, Charlie." So, you know, a couple of days of that, and we were building a nice bond. And then one of the days I thought, okay, I feel comfortable enough to mess with Charlie Sheen. So he's sleeping, you know, we're still doing the car scenes. I'm on my side of the car, he's driving, driver's seat. And then I just thought, I'm gonna mess with him. And I said, Charlie, we're rolling. And he's like, oh, and he's dropping these expletives. He's like, why didn't you tell me? It was a blast. Anyway, working with Charlie, I had a great time. And the great Brett Michaels from Poison was our director. Real quick, I met him because I was Brett's personal Kung Fu teacher for 3.5 weeks while he was on tour with Poison. And so I met with the band up in Portland, Maine, and we hit 21 locations in about 23 or 24 days. So that's for another story. Okay, my wife has given me the signal because I think...
You're 9 minutes in.
9 minutes, okay. I may have to cut this into 2. I hope you guys don't mind. Anyway, thank you guys for reaching out. And again, big happy birthday, big aloha Hawaiian virtual hug to you, Andrew. Jacob, thank you for the texts. And if I have to, I'll split this video in 2 and send it to you guys. Okay, thank you so much. Big hugs, much aloha.
Bye.